used to always think of the night train to Johannesburg, Africa. I had pieces with me, and we were spending, what, 2 months in Africa, in Kenya, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and then finally South Africa. And we had many pieces such as these in containers and in cases. I think he would just come back to the United States. Our daughter had a 4-H project, and mother was necessary to come home to see those 4-H shows. And so I had many of these pieces, 25 or 30 pieces, in a large duffel bag that I carried with me wherever I went. And one evening on a train from Johannesburg to Pietermaritzburg, I was with some people in a compartment, and they watched me as I carried this bag of these very valuable artifacts with me to the diner. And I never left it out of my sight. And finally, as we were going to bed down for the night, they changed the seats into bunks. Finally, the man across from me said, "Why are you so protective of that bag? What's in there?" And I said, "Well, just a lot of old pottery." "Oh," he said. To make a long story short, he turned out to be Harry Dalton of the famous Dalton
Royal Dalton
Pottery from London. He was coming as a family member to begin a new shop, an extension of their work in Pietermaritzburg. So all night long we passed pieces around as he looked at them. And then I think in our room we had a dentist from Israel, so he knew something about antiquities. And then I think we had a soldier from Kenya. So it was an international experience to actually take the pieces out, show them, talk about the history. And later when we arrived at Pietermaritzburg, I spoke at a YMCA, and at least 2 of the 3 fellows who were with me in that night coach actually came to the lecture that I was asked to give. So it's an interesting world that you have a world specialist in ceramics in your compartment at night, and you're trying to just say, "I'm protective of some old pieces of pottery." Well, his interest was piqued at that point.